Which takes me to my next question. I take you at face value,
Sure.
Mr. Patel. It's an important decision. It's a lot of money. It's a sagacious decision that has to be taken after serious consideration and careful deliberation. I completely take you at face value. In that case, Mr. Patel, can you explain what happened between 20th of December 2005 and 30th of December 2005? Because, Mr. Patel, all the proposals were formulated by, in those 10 days, I would list it a little over a week. You say it takes time. Now look at what happened in those days. Formulated by Air India, approved by the board, examined by the Ministry of Civil Aviation yourself, the Planning Commission, the Department of Expenditure, all in about a week. The PIB,
no, sorry,
the empowered group of ministers,
then you're reading it wrong.
Cabinet Committee on,
please read it.
On Economic Affairs. One minute, let me complete. Not just that. The government
you're reading it wrong.
On the 30th, let me complete. On the 30th of December, contract was signed by Air India and Boeing on the same day, within hours, Mr. Patel. Within hours. This is incredible. I don't remember any government decision which has moved at rocket-like speed after not having moved since 1996.
You are reading it wrong. Not 10 days, my friend. Read the dates. It started in May of 2000, August of 2004 and ended on 30th of December 2005. It doesn't talk about 10 days. You are absolutely wrong. Please read before you even ask me a question.
No, Mr.
What are you talking?
The issue is
what are you talking? You read it. I've got the same papers in front of me.
To 2004, it takes you
so
almost
1996
to
2004, if nobody took a decision, you ask whoever was there at that time.
Then between August of 2004 to December of 2005, it increases to 68 aircraft at breakneck speed, and in the last 10 days, that is 20th of December 2005 to 30th of December 2005.
What are you talking?
It is the
20th of December.
What are you talking? Closes the entire deal.
My dear Navika and my dear Arnob, please see, I am also got the same papers. Where does it talk of 10 days? Where are you? What are you referring to?
I have the letter.
I mean, even I can say something.
I have the letter.
Will you? What letter? Here is. What letter are you talking about?
You're quoting part of the executive summary of the CAG report. I have the letter, sir. I have the letter.
Not executive.
Of the EGOM. We have the letter of the Prime Minister's office. It all happened, sir, between 20th of December 2005 and 30th of December 2005. It all happened. I mean, you got a great consensus in the government in 10 days.
No, I agree that you are only talking of taking the final decision, not the process. The final decision obviously was taken in that time, in the last month of December. Huh?
No, so are you saying that the empowered group of ministers headed by Mr. Chidambaram, including Mr. Bhardwaj, Oscar Fernandez, Praful Patel, Cabinet Secretary was there, Secretary Expenditure, they took just 4 days, 5 days flat to go through the checks and balances of such a large deal? It can all be completed
in 4 days. No, that was the last stage.
5 days?
That is the last stage. No, you are not getting the point. Before that, what you are referring to is the last stage of the decision. Before that, it goes to Planning Commission, goes to Ministry of Expenditure, it goes to a Project Investment Board. We have a PIB in government. All these are processes which have taken over a period of time. What you are referring to is the final decision of the empowered group of ministers. I would like to disagree with you because you are probably not getting the gist of the whole thing.
To you is, on the 20th of December, the Prime Minister notifies the setting up of the empowered group of ministers headed by Mr. Chidambaram, 2 other members and yourself on that particular GOM. Then, on 24th of December 2005, you hold your first meeting. On 30th of December, the Prime Minister okays the deal, sends it to the Ministry of Civil Aviation. And this is the note that goes from the Prime Minister's office to the Ministry of Civil Aviation.
Yes, you're right.
30th of December 2005, Mr. Praful Patel. Important date, because within hours of receiving this letter, you send this letter of approval to the Air India board. And on the same day, Air India signed the deal with Boeing for 68 aircraft. Mr. Praful Patel, the question that our viewers would like to ask you, what was the
I will explain, but will you
for the Minister of Civil Aviation to push this on the same day for the signing of the contract?
Will you let me explain this? You see, what you are referring to is the final decision having been conveyed to the Ministry on 30th of December by the Prime Minister. Absolutely correct. Because the same day when you refer to, because the price offer validity was till 31st December 2005. So whatever price was offered by the manufacturer ended on 31st December 2005. So when the approval was received on 30th December, it had to be signed before 31st of December. This was all known to the empowered group of ministers and the cabinet. So there is no sensationalism what you are trying to imply here.
Mr. Patel,
I'm very surprised.
Mr. Patel, are you saying
that you are talking of
Mr.
Yes.
Patel? Mr. Patel, I'm surprised.
Huh? Yeah.
I'm surprised, Mr. Patel.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm surprised, Mr. Patel, you're saying that. Because I'm really surprised. We all know how competitive the global civil aviation majors are. Mr. Patel, allow me, they are so competitive, they are not going to tell the government of India, listen, you don't sign this by 12 o'clock on 30th of November, December 2005, 31st I'll hike my price by 10%.
Just let me understand this. You are trying to tell me that the signing was done. Was it done prior to approval or post-approval? It was done post-approval. I hope you agree with everybody there.
Within hours.
It was done after the empowered group of ministers.
Within hours of the approval.
Yes, agreed. Because, yes, okay. So it was done after approval. If that is what you want to know, was it done without approval or with approval? Okay? Because on television,
approval, but within hours.
Everything to be answered. Within hours only because the price validity because unfortunately on television it cannot be explained everything within the few minutes we get with each other, and I am not the Minister of Civil Aviation anymore. I am sure this question I will write myself to the Minister of Civil Aviation, Maila Ravi, that please answer this question to the Public Accounts Committee, which is headed by a senior leader of the opposition, because this question should not engage anybody including Times Now in future.
Mr. Praful Patel, but would you admit that actually it was you who directed the Air India to reopen that entire acquisition deal? That at least, would you agree?
Absolutely not. It was based on a review meeting conducted by everybody. Has anybody sent a dissent note that this is not the gist of a meeting? A meeting is not of an individual. A meeting is of a large number of people who are all associated with a decision. And the minutes which you are referring to are minutes which are drawn after discussion.
They'll turn around and say, Mr. Patel, that we had to agree with the 10 days. We had to agree by 30th.
That is what you say. Anyway, that is what you say, and as I say, I am no more the minister, and I am sure these are all public records available with the ministry, and I am sure the Public Accounts Committee would have also been hearing this question and answer between you and me, and I am sure, and I myself, I am offering that I will write these relevant questions which have been raised by you to the minister, that please answer this before the Public Accounts Committee. I offer it myself.
Mr. Patel, I hope you take a few more questions. Question here is this, Mr. Patel.
Sure, I will.
I again say that you have, before becoming a politician, full-time politician, you have been an extremely successful business person. Would any business person with the same sense of responsibility, and I am attracting your attention to page number 10 Roman 3.2 in the executive summary, so that you don't accuse me later of reading from the CAG report. I am reading from the CAG report.
Sure, go ahead. I have no issues.
I attract your attention to the 5th point on that page. It says, if indeed the government was agreeable to a full-scale aircraft acquisition in the national interest, it should have acknowledged that such an acquisition would have involved substantive negative cash flows based on reasonable and real assumptions. Where were the reasonable and real assumptions made, Mr. Patel? Not only were they not made, the terms of the deal did not give us an exit clause. We didn't have a really exit option. We had to take the aircraft.
No, while you say what is written in the report, there is no doubt what's written here. But the fact is that all assumptions on revenues and all projections are made by the airlines. Now, you can't expect the minister or the ministry to know exactly what is the projection of every single aspect of aviation and how the airline is run, whatever they give us. And then remember, after the Ministry of Civil Aviation,
are you saying Mr. Tulsidasan is responsible?
All the within the airline, of course, whether it's Mr. Tulsidas or you are talking about the Indian Airlines assumptions, I think, and I think whoever were there,
yes,
they should be the people who will be able to tell you. But the fact is that these assumptions also get vetted beyond the ministries. They go to the PIB, they go to Ministry of Finance, they go to the Planning Commission. What are all these other agencies doing? Why is the onus of everything being put on to the Ministry of Civil Aviation? There are many layers of...
Because you were an extremely active minister.
And Mr. Praful Patel, the onus is being put on you because your ministry letter, which quotes you as chairing a meeting, also notes in the minutes that CMD Air India was of the view that although the present proposal did not fully cater to the requirement of Air India fleet, the additional requirements of aircraft could be processed separately through a supplementary proposal after due evaluation, etc.
Exactly.
However, after due deliberations, it was felt that it may not be advisable or prudent to go through the pre-PIB and PIB exercise in two separate stages. So, in this entire meeting, where there were some objections and concerns that were being expressed by the Air India Managing Director, you overruled him.
No, I did not. That is self-explanatory, because in government, as I said, you have to go through several layers of decision making, and the PIB is like a project investment board. They do not decide in piecemeal. They will take a holistic view based on the overall requirements and the long-term requirements. And please read in that, it also says looking at the requirements for the next 15 years or so. It doesn't talk about immediate requirements only for tomorrow. You see, that's why I'm saying, when you people read anything, any document, I'd appreciate, while it is true what you have stated, it also should be looked at in the perspective of a 15-year cycle. It's not being looked upon for 1 day or 2 days.
But at the same time, Mr. Patel, you can't push it to 15 years. There has to be some responsibility that you take as a minister of what you can achieve within the timeline that you have at your disposal. I know governments aren't really elected for 15 years, and I'm sure you wouldn't want to be Civil Aviation Minister for 15